Our semi-finals. Roald, are you excited?
Yeah. I really like this matchup as well. I haven't seen it play yet, but I like both of the decks.
Yeah, me neither. To be fair, I haven't seen a lot of the green-white Reclaimer deck anyway. I've seen a lot of posts. I get my ass beat by posts like once a week. So
Yeah, same.
I've pretty much memorized his 75 at this point. It's awful. Anyway, we have on the left side Maarten, our second seed, playing green white Reclaimer. A small red splash for the what was it? I I know he has.
Pyroblast in the
Oh yeah, he
side.
has 3 Pyroblasts in the side.
But that deck is just called Green-White Depths. Sometimes people want to call it Naya, but
Yeah, no, for just the 3 Pyroblasts, I'll just call it green white. Less, yeah, whatever you want to call it.
agreed.
Also, deck lists in the description if you want to read them. Then we have on the right side Alex, our 6th seed, playing Green Post. We've seen Alex plenty of times on the channel before. We've seen him play Post, I think, a couple of times. Not quite sure actually that one. But yeah, this is gonna be an interesting match. Both really good players.
Interesting to note here that both players are playing both the Elvish Reclaimers and the Crop Rotations, but their decks are nothing alike.
Yeah, is that the only overlap?
Let me see.
Might be no. There might be Caracas on the side of
Yeah,
Marta.
obviously there's going to be some.
Yeah.
Oh, the Green Sun Zenith as well, so the decks can look
fair,
really
fair.
similar.
Except uh, one of these decks is trying to put a really big creature into play. The other deck is playing main deck Emrakul. So yeah, fun decks.
Yeah, we see the two takes on the Eldritch horror creatures from two different eras of Magic's history.
Yeah, fair enough. What was Mad Lage again?
Marit Lage was frozen in ice for millennia, was already there in our first few sets. Alliances or Ice Age, I think. The first set that she showed up in, at least in the flavor text and the name of cards. Yes, we have the Wrath of Marit Lage and the Curse of Marit Lage in Ice Age. Thank you for pulling that up.
All planned. Let's see, we have a crop rotation coming out for Alex here. After a crop rotation from Maarten.
For the Wasteland.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, if you're gonna lose
Classic.
it anyway, you might as well get something in return.
Yeah, classic play. I have some experience with the green-black Deaths decks from a few years back, and I've done that a lot. It's really nice. Oh, but there's another Wasteland. And a Mox Diamond. Lands hitting the bin willy-nilly here.
Looks like flagstones of care
Yes.
off the Mox Diamond.
Yeah, looks like it.
Yeah.
And quite a big knight there. It's a 5/5?
3 lands.
Yeah, so it's a 5/5.
It's a 5/5. Thespian stage. Alex here.
Yeah, not doing a whole lot right now, but it is one of his better lands. Let's see if he wants to keep it or reclaim it away.
Those double wastelands for Maarten do a lot of work here. It's opening up some room to try and come in damage.
Yeah, and I think, yeah, that's what we're seeing here. There's, of course, always the option that he'd like to tutor something and make his creature even bigger, but no, he's going for the kill.
Gonna block Knight of the Reliquary with his Elvish Flamer and then get rid of the Thespian stage. Or
Oh.
Bog!
Oh, that's interesting, because that actually makes the Reclaimer kill the knight.
Oh, because that's the third land, isn't it? Yeah, it is. It is.
Oh, that's such a good play from Alex.
Oh, I love that. That's spicy. Sylvan Library coming down from Maarten. Maarten definitely not out of it yet.
No, definitely not. But
that is a pretty good swing, especially considering Alex is now lacking some locusts.
Oh, and that elf is putting him in a spot there.
Ooh. That's a Reclamation Sage getting rid of the Sylvan Library.
Exactly.
Great timing.
Love me a Reclamation Sage as an old elves player, obviously.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Marta reading some cards.
Not even two turns ago, Marta was looking like he was in the driver's seat. It's completely flipped.
Yeah, this is a very swingy game. As a judge, I do have to point out they just rearranged the graveyard. You're not allowed to do that in Legacy.
Oh, yeah, of course. I don't think it's going to matter in this matchup. But
oh no, there's nothing in these decks that cares about that.
Technically, that's not allowed. Alex, Maarten, I know you're watching. I mean, it's not Maarten's first mistake this match. His first mistake was registering for Elfish Visionary. Oh, he's lucky we didn't find out until after. I'm not gonna retroactively punish him for that.
No, but next tournament we're probably gonna start doing deck checks. So people are going to have to be careful.
We're gonna kick ass and chew bubble gum. So you better bring plenty of gum. Let's see, we have Dark Depths coming down. There's a Thespian stage on the field. Alex is getting pressured now.
Actually, there's two Thespian stages on the field.
Yeah,
One.
I was just about to say this. This has potential. Ooh. And let's see. Yeah, Alex is. Wait, Alex is still Maarten's end step, right?
Looks like it, yeah. So
if I was Maarten, I would just fire off that Thespian stage right now. Don't give him that opportunity. Just go for it.
Well, I think he wants to wait until he can do it with more protection. You can also do it in response to Alex activating, because then the Dark Depths will be gone by the time that it would get copied and nothing happens.
Fair enough. I mean, yeah, technically. Oh yeah, and because if he fires it, Maarten has a Caracas on the field.
Yeah, this is true, and Alex will probably have some way to find the Caracas. I mean, he has the Reclaimer, but that puts it in play tapped.
True.
I think I see a Crop Rot in hand. But
He doesn't even need it. He could just.
no, not quite.
Alex could just stage the Caracas and do it that way.
Oh yeah, that works. Well, there's a Merit Lage now, so he needs an answer a little bit faster than that, although he is on 21.
I mean, ideally you don't want to take the hit, but you could. Sure.
He really needs to, he can tank the hit, and that's a prop rotation, so I think we're gonna see the Caracas come out right now.
Yeah. Gonna get rid of
there we go.
Gonna get rid of the Glimmer Post to do it. That's a little bit feels bad, but
Well, he has a solid clock going on.
yeah.
I think it should be fine. Finding here. That looks like Maya, which is also in Maarten's list, I think. one off to find. You check that? Yes. Oh, two even.
Yeah.
Well,
Looks like Maarten doesn't want to play anymore, and it's like, yeah, let's just go to game 2. I can respect that. Right, going in game 2. Looking at some sideboards. Nothing really exciting.
no, not a lot that stands out to me either.
What's Tower?
This tower is a very good card, but it's
No.
protection from artifacts, which is not relevant. If it was colorless, then we'd be having a different discussion, because it would protect your Merit Lage against Caracas.
Yeah.
But sadly, no.
No, so honestly, from Maarten's side, I don't really see anything worth mentioning. From Alex's side, if he can find some main deck spots, I would expect an Endurance maybe. The targets the Knight of the Reliquary and jump block Merit Lage, but other than that, I don't know.
Yeah, the card works reasonably well, but I don't know what he'd want to board out for. That's my...
Yeah.
Maybe it's better than Bajuka Bog, but Bog kinda does the same thing.
Yeah, and Bog is something you can find off Expedition Map or Crop Rotation or the Elvish Reclaimer.
Yeah, so you probably want to keep that. The instant speed interaction.
Maarten, turn 2, taking 8 off the Sylvan Library.
Ooh, that is nice.
Oh, I mean, Alex doesn't have a turn 1 play other than the Once Upon a Time, so maybe he figures this is gonna be a fast kind of game like that. We have Vincent Zenith coming out.
Yeah, I think that's going to find... But why? No, oh no, obviously it's a knight. I'm not thinking straight.
If Maarten would tap his man, thank you. It's Axis 3. Is he going for like a excavator?
Nah, it's gonna be a knight.
It's gonna be a knight. Okay, he just wants the clock, I guess.
Yeah, a clock, and also a way to get to your Caracas and other stuff to answer some shenanigans, maybe.
Yeah, I guess. And I mean, against a deck like Post, you just need to go. As soon as Post gets going, you're not winning anymore.
This is true. No time to wait around.
Yeah. It's
Very relevant one life there.
Glimmer
Post,
yeah.
21 is much more than 20.
For some reason, I had Glimmer Void in my head. It's a completely different card, but I don't know.
Yeah, that was also played a lot in the artifact decks back in the day.
Fair enough.
I remember Standard at that time. I think it was the biggest dip in player numbers that Magic has ever seen. People hated the Ravager Affinity decks, now just called Affinity.
Fair enough. We have Boseiju gonna get rid of the Sylvan Library here.
Yeah, but that ramps Maarten, and the library has already done its job.
Maarten untapping with 5 mana on turn 3. It must be nice. But also being a definite cost in life total here.
True, but as long as he can keep Alex off of his big creatures, I don't see that mattering much.
Oh,
There's a swing for...
I think there were 5 lands, so that would be... No, there's 4 lands, so swinging 6. No, he was at 21.
Yeah.
Swinging for 7, yeah. Which means Alex is now on a turn clock.
Look at that, that's an Outland Liberator.
Oh, I love that card. It's a relatively new card. It's from the new Innistrad set.
What's it?
The other end.
What's he planning to blow up here? Or
Good
Do you
question.
think he just wants to clock with the backside of this card?
Maybe? Is he maybe scared of something out of the sideboard?
Well, there's pithing needles in expedition maps, but on the sideboard I wouldn't expect much.
Yeah, I guess Pithing Needle might be a thing. Of course, these players don't have each other's deck lists, so maybe scared of something that we're not thinking of right now.
Well, they don't have deck lists, but both players show up on Wednesdays plenty, and I think they know what they're playing, at least well enough to make some educated guesses. So yeah, I do think this is about Pithing Needle, because Pithing Needle for a Dark Depths deck is a real threat.
Fair enough.
It's a...
Another knight coming down.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see the Bajuka Bog trick again, if it's allowed to do that.
You have the Pithing Needle coming down here. So at this point, I don't think naming the Knight of Reliquary is...
That's a Glacial Chasm.
Glacial Chasm is a very nice pickup. Is definitely going to buy a few turns.
Well, but it also cost him another land, so...
True.
I'm not so sure about it in this spot. Can't activate his Reclaimer because he has no mana.
Yeah.
So...
He was also forced to needle the knights so that Maarten does not get Wasteland. And...
Well, that or just needle the Wasteland, but...
Yeah. Well, I mean, what's the risk of naming Wasteland? Like, what is Maarten getting that could scare Heer? Could he be playing like a one-off Ghost Quarters? Is that something that's played?
Don't think current lists do that a lot, but Dark Depths lists of the past have, so I guess you could want to play around that. Or maybe just taking out the knight is better.
I mean,
Seeing an attack here.
huh.
Or
Like, to be fair, there is an argument to be made, even if you don't want Ghost Quarters like the 5th Wasteland, to just play it as the 4th Wasteland. Play around exactly Pithing Needle.
that is true. True.
Crop rotation is going to find the Wasteland. Anyway, so...
That is a reason to just name the Wasteland instead.
yeah, fair enough. Alright, game 3.
There
Let's see
we
how
go.
this goes.
Both players keeping 7 here.
Yep.
That's
Alex,
good.
again, no turn 1 play.
He is holding a Once Upon a Time, though. I think he wants to see what Maarten does before deciding. Or am I seeing that wrong? See a Primeval Titan, a crop rotation.
Right, sure.
Are getting a Dryad Arbor, the only legal target in the game for a Green Sun Zenith on 0.
Yeah, they need to print more 0-drop green creatures.
Yeah, because Green Sun Zenith wasn't powerful enough to begin with.
I mean, they gotta actually make something that's worth getting over Dryad Arbor, let's be honest.
Fair enough. And there we see the crop rotation play again.
The protective crop rotation, once again coming out for Alex here. Many cards with crop in there. Way too many cards. Oh,
Well-
and I got some Japanese art. Oh, great.
This we can read. Our viewers at home are gonna love this one.
Yeah, Cockatrice is not really helping right now. It's a beautiful card.
Can we find another? Because this is really not doing anything.
I can sense in this. I need to find a better solution to this. Anyway, I think you dropped something.
That's a guitar pick, never mind.
Never mind that. Let's see. We have a green Zenith coming right back at him. That's gonna be a Zenith for
3.
3. 2?
2. Yeah.
2, yeah.
Right. Oh. Okay.
Oh, yeah. No true drops, only 1 drops.
Yeah, I was thinking. I mean, there's a collector oof in the sideboard, but for those moxes, I don't think that's
No.
not enough.
I mean, you could, but I don't expect Alex to do that by any stretch of the imagination.
Oh no, definitely not.
Let's see, we got a prismatic ending, getting rid of the Elfish Reclaimer here.
That makes sense. Thinking about him to Turach there, because Alex laying out his hand like that. But not in these colors.
I mean, at that point, I'm calling it Junk Reclaimer. Absolutely. Also, I am doing a terrible job with the life totals this game. I mean, I was doing so well last game, and I just completely dropped it.
We're back in business.
Hey, Brian Arbor coming in for some damage.
And then getting rotated away.
Okay.
That's
For Wasteland.
makes sense. It's not doing much on this board. I mean, it was good ramp, but
Sure. It was technically a clock, but you don't want an 18-turn clock against Green Post. That's bad news bears. More land. Ever more land.
one would hope from these decks.
Yeah, this is basically as much land as you can see coming out of 2 decks that doesn't include actual like lands.
I forgot to count the number of lands, but I would imagine both players being really up there, like 26 to 28, something like that.
Yeah, definitely. For those of you wondering, we don't have the digital list open, we have the actual paper lists. So, I mean, we can count, but not really that important. What is important, though, that's an excavator with a wasteland in the graveyard.
And a Misty in play. Oh, on the other side, sorry. But there... Excavator Wasteland is going to be an issue for Alex here. Can't find his Bajuka Bog. To be fair, he does have some crop rotations left.
Oh, I mean, even if he finds the bog, there's an Elven Reliquary on the field. Like, Maarten can just find another one, right?
That is also true.
Getting a reclaimer, getting an excavator in response also isn't going to be good enough, because at the end of the day, you're then both mana neutral and you're not winning that game anymore.
No, especially not with the knight already being out and clocking Alex.
Yeah, so it needs to be an answer for the excavator, and it needs to be right now. And I don't think Alex has one.
No, it's not looking good. He might have brought in the dismembers, but it doesn't look like they're in his hand. They are either in the deck or the sideboard.
Yeah, I think even if there's like a dismember on top of his deck right now, it's not going to be enough. Because that
might be too late, yeah.
That knight is going to start clocking him real fast.
Yeah, although he does have the Glacial Chasm for that, but that's also a very temporary solution.
Yeah. Yeah, especially because next turn, the knight is already 7/7, assuming she doesn't get any bigger than that. So, like, even Glacial Chasm, which would then have to come down next turn, because we don't have to dismember yet.
No.
I just... Yeah, Time Walk at that point. A Time Walk that makes you sacrifice your own land. I don't think that's good enough.
Yeah, no, I don't see a lot of outs here. Alex is rubbing his beard for luck, but I don't think it's going to.
And it's a magnificent beard for sure.
This is true.
Haarlem has some fantastic beards, definitely. Your beard definitely included on that list.
Thank you, thank you.
And honorable mention to Sam, who also has a fantastic beard. He has a fantastic mustache.
Oh yeah. He trumps us all on that account.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I have a beard, it's not much, but it's honest work. Looks like Maarten. Oh yeah, he can't even wasteland because there's 2 forests on the field.
Oh yeah. And the Misty, which is probably just there for Alex's own Ramanap excavator.
Also, fun fact, Maarten played Wasteland pre-combat, so
I
the night is
noticed
one smaller.
Yeah, but it's still a 2-turn clock.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Actually,
yeah.
this is the right play, because if there's a crop rotation for Bajuka Bog coming, then the Wasteland is still alive.
True.
I think that's better than having the extra damage.
True. Also, I just realized, even if Alex trolls the Dismember, he doesn't have enough life to actually cast it.
No, that's gonna be a problem here.
Unless he bogs and then draws it.
Well, that bog is gonna get wasted as soon as it lands. Or, well, after the trigger, obviously.
I wasn't thinking for the mana, but I was thinking for the life total, because it technically gains him life.
You should update that, by the way.
Oh yeah, I was thinking they were still discussing their life total. No.
I think endurance was the best way to stay alive for a turn there, blocking the knight. But still, it's... Well, endurance would have been good, because that gets rid of the graveyard, then blocks the knight, which can only become a 3/3, unless there's more crop rotations in Maarten's hand. So that would have been a good card to have there, but he didn't, so...
I think the conclusion here is that Alex is not doing too great.
No, he's really grasping at straws here.
He's cracking a fetch. Might be lamenting the fact that he doesn't play any shocks. I mean, I for sure would.
Finding here just a forest, I think. There's
What other targets does he have? I mean, he's playing.
none.
He's playing fetches, but I think his forests are the only actual targets.
Well, fetch singular, not fetches plural.
Oh, it's just the one-off.
Yeah, I think it's just there for his own Ramanap excavator.
Fair enough.
Plenty of ways to find it, so...
Yeah, no, absolutely.
No, he doesn't have the Dryad Arbor to go and find a blocker or something like that.
Yeah, these lists are always really interesting, because either something is a one-off, or just pump as many as you want.
Yeah, these lands-based decks, even though they are not lands, do have a really nice way to interact.
Yeah.
In a way that's difficult to interact with as well. Interesting to note here that we didn't see a single Dark Depths. Maybe Maarten even boarded some out because he saw the the lands in game 1. He's just on the Knight's plan. Or maybe he just didn't draw them.
Fair enough. I mean, he did see Thespian stage. I mean, are you gonna be able to reliably just go for the Knight plan? Is that good enough against this deck?
Well, he's already just playing 3 Dark Depths and 3 Stage, and not the traditional 4 and 4 that you used to see off these Depths lists. I think this list has been built to at least be able to do that.
I mean, you could always just trim 2 and then leave 1 in for a possible crop rotate or something.
Yeah,
along
that's
those lines.
exactly what I was thinking. Oh,
That's a
see. Poseiju for the...
gonna get rid of the wasteland?
Yeah.
Does that mean we're about to get bogged?
Think so. I think I see a crop rotation in hand. It's really hard to tell because Alex is using the wrong art.
Yeah, I think Alex is going for one turn glacial and then crop rotate into the Bajigabog.
Yeah. What's the plan from there?
I guess we're getting the time walk I mentioned.
True. But he's also walking himself by sacrificing all the lands.
I mean, next turn playing an Elvish Reclaimer. No, that even that doesn't do it because then Maarten just goes wide. Just well, I have a 2/2 and a 2/3. Luck with that.
Yeah, it's just not quite enough there. Oh, and there we see an endurance coming, even wider.
Yeah. I mean, is going to be able to save a couple cards. I don't think that matters particularly.
No, not much, I think. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
and
no.
there's the concession.
I think even the block at that point didn't matter. I guess Alex was considering maybe having enough blockers or something.
Well, you do what you gotta do, but in the end, it was not enough for Alex.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Maarten.
Maarten going to the finals.